Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So grab a pen and paper because today's video is going to be all about how you can grow your aesthetic portfolio with or without experience. A lot of you guys have been commenting that this is maybe a frustration where you have little to no experience, or you have experience but you don't know how to kind of put that out there in the world of Instagram and social media in order to gain more clients. So I'm here to help, and I'm here to give you guys some tips and tricks that worked for me that I still do nowadays. And maybe some tips and tricks for you guys who don't really have a lot of content to post on social media. There is a way to do this, and there's a way to do this well. And I'm going to show you guys how I did it when I started out or when I switched from one practice to the other. So for those of you who follow me on my Instagram, you know we've been having a rough week here at the house. Being me and my son, got COVID. Easton got it first at daycare, and I got it shortly after because I was the one taking care of him. Patrick, my husband, didn't get it because he already had his second round of the vaccine. But it's been a really long week. I'm just kind of drudging by, so sorry it took so long for this video. I am feeling a lot better. I'm still in sweats underneath this, but so be it. So I really wanted to get on here and film a video. I managed to do my eyebrows and a little bit of mascara, and that's pretty much it. So let's dive into this video. Like I said, grab a pen and paper and be ready to take some notes. So really kind of the whole theme of this video is going to be investing in yourself, and all these little tips and tricks are going to be an investment of not only your money but your time and your effort as well. So one thing I've learned through the years is that wherever you work, you cannot expect them to just hand you patients. It doesn't work that way, especially now. This field is so competitive. So you really have to get out there. You have to hustle. Hard work pays off. Nothing is going to come easy to you. You can't expect to get the perfect job at a perfect office where they just flood your schedule full of patients. That is not how it works, even at the best offices. You have to invest in yourself. You have to take time out of your day and your schedule to think outside the box and do some of these tips and tricks to grow your aesthetic portfolio. And some of these things, like I said, are very outside the box things. They're not cookie cutter things. So it involves a little bit of legwork on your end. But like I said, it's very well worth it. So the first thing, which is something that my Allergan rep told me to do early on, was to create a lookbook. So if any of you guys have been at, let's say, an aesthetic office or a plastic surgeon's office, you know there's a lookbook or something similar to like a photo album that they have in the waiting room where you can pick up and flip through it, that displays all of that surgeons or that practitioners' work before and afters. So my rep told me to create a lookbook. Now, this is when I already had some content. So I went on Snapfish, I believe, and I'm gonna actually put a picture of my lookbook. But I went on Snapfish and it was the easiest thing ever. I picked the lookbook design and I pretty much added my before and afters. And under each picture, I put what treatment I had done on that patient. So whether it was lips, under eyes, mid-face, Botox, I did that, and I made 4 or 5 copies. I ordered them, and when they arrived, I asked the med spa that I was working if I could place one in each office in the waiting room, and I always kept one with me in my bag, and I also kept one in the treatment rooms. And I did this for a few reasons. Number one, waiting room, when patients come in, there's a good chance they're going to be filling out paperwork and waiting. So pre-COVID, it's normal to have objects in the waiting room. So people would pick up my lookbook and look through it. And let's say they were there for a laser treatment, they would pick up the lookbook, see my work, get an idea of the natural aesthetic that I provide, and then hopefully book with me in the future. I would also keep a lookbook with me in the treatment room for the reason that if I'm doing a consultation, which everyone does, patients come in, it's your time to win them over. Not only is a lookbook very professional, but it gives the patient ease of mind when they're thinking about booking an appointment with you. Having a lookbook readily available during a consultation makes it more likely that the patient is going to do a treatment with you that day versus them going out somewhere and going to another consultation and going with another provider. So it really just strengthens like their trust in you because they have visuals now. Everyone wants to see visuals. They don't want to just hear that you do 10 mid-face treatments a day. They want to see, what is this girl's aesthetic? What is this practitioner's aesthetic? Am I going to look ridiculous when I walk out of here? Am I going to look natural? How am I going to look? So having a lookbook is going to be key for you guys. I would always keep one in my bag with me. That's because anywhere we would go, Patrick would tell people what I do for a living, or people would ask me what I do for a living. And sometimes it was like at a friend's house where I would meet people and they'd be like, oh, what do you do for a living? And when I told them, I do Botox and fillers and skin treatments, they're like, oh, wow, do you have pictures of your work? So instead of me opening up my Instagram, which sometimes I would do, I'm like, oh, I actually have a lookbook with me in my bag or in my car. And I would show it to them and there you go. People got intrigued and they would come and they would see me. But there was always a sense of trust when they came in because they already had a visual of what my work was. So invest in a lookbook. Snapfish is what I used. It just takes a little bit of time to organize the before and afters and kind of remember what you did, but it's well worth it. And you can create one every time you feel like your work is evolving. I remember I created one and then I think 2 years later, I created another lookbook because my aesthetic changed a little bit for the better. But either way, it's gonna really help you guys strengthen and grow your aesthetic portfolio as an aesthetic registered nurse. Okay, so my next tip for how to grow your aesthetic portfolio. And this goes more so for people who maybe don't have a lot of content, who are just starting out, don't have a lot of before and afters for one reason or another. If you don't have a lot of content, start by posting a lot of educational content, educational videos, educational pictures. I think that is probably just as strong as posting before and afters. Potential patients love to see that you are a well-rounded individual who also knows their stuff, who also takes pride in their education. So posting you about yourself, you going to a conference, you going and taking a class, why you decided to take that class, what you learned from that class. Patients are going to love that because they know that you invest in yourself and you value your career as an aesthetic registered nurse. If you don't, let's say you don't have content for classes yet, post educational pictures about skincare, about fillers, about Botox, about aesthetic registered nursing, about nursing. Post content, educational content about anything you can get your hands on that's related to the field of being an aesthetic registered nurse. You guys can find content like this everywhere. If you go on Pinterest, Pinterest has, a lot of skincare stuff. So find one that's best suited to the message you want to get across and post that. Find stuff on fillers and Botox and add some humor to it. There's so many funny memes out there. Post that. Basically, you can do this and not have to worry about just posting before and afters. Patients, like I said, like to see educational videos, and I think that's a very strong thing to post. If you go to a class, then you meet other people there. You also want to repost some of their stuff. Or, you don't have to technically meet them, I guess, to repost their stuff. But a lot of us that are in this field, we post educational stuff. And I'll say that when I post something and someone reposts it, they catch my eye. Like I'm like, oh, cool, this person kind of aligns with the same things that I do. What's their page about? So I'll go and I'll like look through their page, like a little snooper, and then I'll end up following them. And there you go, that's a connection. So if you see someone on Instagram where you really look up to them and they post educational content, repost it, give them credit. I mean, I don't think anyone out there does not like getting credit for stuff that they've come up with. I think it's a great way to network. I think it's a great way to get content out there and get valid content out there, especially if it's something you believe in. And your patients are gonna look at that and go, oh, she aligns herself with the same values as so-and-so. I like that. So there you go. That's another way a patient can come in and see you. Now to jump back into networking. Go to classes, invest in yourself, whether it's a hands-on class or not. This is another way to grow your aesthetic portfolio as an aesthetic registered nurse. Go to classes, meet providers, make friends. No one likes to be put in like those awkward social situations. I know they're weird. I get it. I think networking is great, but sometimes if you're just not in the mood, it's kind of awkward. But I've met some great people that way, and it's nice because you build kind of this little circle of friends, if you will, and then those friends have friends. And I'm telling you, when you get into this field, you want a strong support circle because it can get overwhelming. So it's nice to have people like that are also aesthetic registered nurses or PAs or doctors who you're friends with and you can bounce ideas off of, or you can vent to. This field can get stressful at times, so it's important to try to branch out there, go to classes, network, and make friends, because they're gonna refer to you, you're gonna refer to them, and it's another way to like grow your portfolio, but it's also a way to keep yourself grounded during your time as an aesthetic registered nurse, because like I said, sometimes it can get stressful. So it's nice to have friends out there who understand what you're going through. I'll tell you right now, your husbands, your sisters, your moms, they'll listen, but they won't really understand what it is you're going through. They won't be able to laugh about it with you. I have some really good friends that I met at Vanessa's beauty theory class, that I met at the Things We Do, my friend Lauren. And before COVID, once a month, we would go out together and just have a drink, have dinner, have a girls' night, and we would talk about family, friends, and then work, because it was like a no judgment zone. And we just needed to breathe and relax and just kind of laugh about what happened in the past month. So go to classes and make friends. Don't be a lonely little hermit. That's probably my best advice. And speaking of going to classes, if you guys haven't already watched my video on the classes that I took to becoming an aesthetic registered nurse early on in my career and still vouch to this day, I'm gonna link it right there for you. You know I have to. So go take those classes and let me know what you guys think. Okay, so my next tip might sound a little unconventional, but it's actually very old school. My practice manager, when I used to work with a plastic surgeon, she taught me this, and I think it was great, because when I transitioned from working in the Valley to working in Palmdale, we did this, and it really helped grow our practice. So when you're working in an area, find local businesses, hair salons, nail salons, beauty, anything you think women are gonna walk into, or men, I guess. Go there, make business cards. Don't expect your workplace to make business cards for you. That's great, but make business cards, be proactive, invest in yourself with regards to that, and go to businesses, hand out your business cards, and meet the people in the local businesses around you. I think it's such a great way to grow your clientele, because if you go into a hair salon or a nail salon, women there are automatically involved in like their self-care. So if you leave your business card and they're checking out and they see, oh, aesthetic registered nurse, and you put something like Botox, fillers, skincare underneath your name, and you put that you're like an RN or a PA or an MD, their eye is automatically gonna go to that, and they're gonna pick up that business card and they're gonna contact you. They're gonna look up the office and they're gonna see everything that you're just right down the street. So they're gonna be like, oh, It's a one-stop shop. I can go get my nails done and go get my microneedling or my Botox treatment on the same day. So it's, like I said, it's kind of an old school method, but it definitely works. Support your local businesses as well. Ask them for their business cards and post it. Ask your practice manager if you can post it or put them up on the receptionist desk at your office. Another great tool to grow your aesthetic portfolio is to go to bridal fairs. I did this a few years ago and I had a blast. So find your local bridal fair. They have them all throughout the valley if you live in California. I think it's in January or February, right before bridal season truly hits. There's so many vendors there. Talk to your practice manager, see if you guys can rent out a booth. That way you promote the business and you promote yourself. Invest in a really cute setup. Take your lookbook with you. That's going to be huge. Take your lookbook, take your business cards, and just go and have a good time and meet, some brides who are coming in maybe a year before their wedding. And even if they thought about getting Botox and fillers or not, or skincare treatments, even if they were not thinking about it, guaranteed you've planted a light bulb in their head and they're gonna want to look into who you are, how can you help them look refreshed and beautiful for their big day. I did this a few years ago, and like I said, I had a blast. I took my lookbook, I took my laptop, we had a raffle. I got more follows on my Instagram. I had people calling the office the next week. I mean, it really was such a fun event. And it's a great way to go out there and meet soon-to-be brides, bridesmaids, moms, mother-in-laws, everyone. You guys have no idea. These people come in groups. It's not just one bride coming. It's a bride and like all her bridesmaids. That exposure, I mean, that speaks for itself. You can't just expect to go on social media and expect social media to do all the work for you. You guys have to do some of the legwork, and that means sacrificing 1 or 2 Saturdays out of your year and going to things like bridal fairs, because that is how you will grow your aesthetic portfolio. Okay, now this next piece of advice is something that I heard years ago that resonated with me for the years to come. And it's true. If you don't take away anything from this video except one thing, take this away. This is gonna be the biggest advice I've ever given you. Make a website. You heard me, make a website. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of this. This is all rented space. Instagram could shut down tomorrow, and then where's all your content? Where are all your patients? Where are all your followers? They're gone. Poof, they're gone with Instagram. Make a website. Invest in your, I think it's called like a domain name. So like mine is www.nursejaniG.com. I pay annually for it. You don't even have to put all your before and afters on there, but at least make a website. That is your space in the World Wide Web, and that's huge. Make an email subscriber list for your patients, because like I said, if Instagram were to shut down, then where's all your followers and your potential patients? If you have an email subscriber list, you allow them to keep in contact with you and send out like a monthly newsletter. Make a website so you can do all these things. Make a website so you can go and link your YouTube, link your Instagram, link your Facebook. And that way people, when you hand out your business card, you can put your website and people will go on your website and say, oh, there's so-and-so's Instagram, or there's a little about me, section about Nurse Janet. Let me see what she's about. Because if you guys are gonna do a lookbook and business cards and go to bridal fairs and go and, to other businesses to promote yourself, you wanna give them a place where they can go that kind of shows your whole ambiance, your whole picture of like who you are. A website is perfect for that. It's your own space that you own. Like I said, you can link all your social media platforms on there. You can put all your before and afters on there. Your lookbook can essentially be on your website as well. I still think you should carry a hardcover lookbook. I think that's very important, but your lookbook can also be on your website. So when people go to a bridal fair, they can quickly type in, oh, let me see, www.nursejanique.com. Let me type it in. So they type it in and there it is, before and afters. There's a whole blog about me. There's all this stuff about me. So they get an idea of who I am, and that turns into potential patients and potential clients for you in the long run. So make a website, you guys. Go to GoDaddy, WordPress. I don't know. I'm not really too savvy with that stuff, but I'm trying. So make a website. And I don't know if this is necessarily a tip, but just trust the word of mouth process. Trust that if you don't have a lot of before and afters to post, if you're just starting out, maybe trust that in due time, with hard work, with patience, your work is gonna speak for itself. The word of mouth, I think, is the strongest, I can't say it enough, strongest way to get more patients and more quality clients. It just takes the longest, but it's old school. It works. Take care of your patients who refer to you. I have some patients where each time they come in, they bring in their mom, their best friend, their other best friend, their boyfriend's mom. They will bring someone with them each time. And I take care of all my patients, but those patients, I notice those things, because truly, if we didn't have Instagram, if we didn't have Facebook, if we didn't have all the things that we have now, all the resources that we have now, all we could rely on is word of mouth. So do good work, put out good work, be ethical, be honest with your patients. And those are the patients that are going to refer their family and their friends to you because they trust you. I think sometimes we take for granted word of mouth, but it truly works. Like I said, you guys just need to be patient and trust that in due time, it will come. Nothing comes overnight. Just be patient, like I said, and be ethical and be kind to your patients and respectful, and they're going to refer to you. And that's going to be the best way to grow your aesthetic portfolio. You're going to have people, like-minded people coming in. So also be aware of what you attract. Okay, guys, so I think that pretty much wraps it up. One thing, I have been getting a couple of DMs about people asking for resources like books and stuff. And I didn't really put much thought into it, but then Vanessa planted a seed in my head by showing me this book called Anatomy for Sculptors. And really, I didn't think anything of having an Anatomy for Sculptors book, but it's a very interesting book. And then that led me down the Amazon whirlwind of books. So I ordered a bunch of books. So I actually made an Amazon list for you guys on my storefront page where you guys can go and see a few of the books that I've purchased myself. And these books are, they're not to take the place of classes. They're just to kind of give you an additional resource, write notes, take notes on. And there are things like a practical guide to neuromodulators, a practical guide to dermal fillers, which I think is a great basics book to start out with. I bought those books probably 4 years ago, I think, when I was starting out. And I like them. I really, the past year, have been diving into skincare books. So the Skincare Answer book is my favorite book of all time because it puts everything in layman's terms. And let's say a patient comes in, however the patient would word a question, this book pretty much writes it out for you and writes out a response in a way that both you and the patient can understand. This book has been my resource. I love it. Aziel, our esthetician at The Things We Do, she told me about this book and I'm obsessed with it. Another book is the Skincare Bible. Love the Skincare Bible. And then Anatomy for Sculptors, which shows you anatomy from more of a sculptor point of view. So animation and what to look for, shadows, different muscle groups, and how they work together. So I'm going to actually link that Amazon book page for you below. And if you guys get the books, let me know how you guys like them. I think they're a great resource to have. Like I said, let me know how you guys like them. If you guys have any recommendations for books, comment below. I am planning on doing a giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm so close, but I have not forgotten. I am planning on doing a giveaway. So that'll be coming up. And that's pretty much it. Let me know if you guys have any more videos that you guys want me to do. I think I have an idea of what the next one's gonna be, but always let me know. I'm always writing down notes. Actually, no, I know what my next video is gonna be. It's gonna be a frequently asked questions. frequently asked questions. So any questions you guys have, comment below. I'll also be doing a little poll on my Instagram. So any questions you guys have about anything in this field, just let me know. I'm gonna do a whole video on that coming up, and I'll be doing a giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers. All right, you guys, so that wraps it up for today. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. As always, I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me. I am constantly getting Instagram DMs about how you guys love my videos, and it's helping you so much. So that really does warm my heart because I truly enjoy doing this for you guys. As always, please like and subscribe below. It warms my heart when I see all my little likes on my videos. I love it. And subscribe and mention me to your friends, so that way we can all kind of continue this journey together of how to become an aesthetic nurse. It's a hard field to get into, like I said before. It's a lot of question marks up there, but once you're in it, it's fun, you guys, and I'm really happy, and I'm really grateful that you guys have taken the time to watch my videos, and I hope I help you guys in the best way I can. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.